Have you ever stopped to consider just how much of your mental energy is wasted worrying about things that don't actually involve you? How much of your agitation comes not from actual problems that you face in life, but from things that you hear or read about online? How often do you get upset over some opinion someone posted on social media? How often do you get upset over some news story about something that happened 1,000 miles away in a city that you've never visited and never will? How often do you get upset over some opinion someone has regarding something that they don't even have any influence over? Why does it bother you so much? Why do you care? We live in a world overflowing with information. And a lot of that information is made up of opinions, arguments, gossip, all the news and endless updates. So many forms of stimulation and distraction. It's no wonder we often feel mentally scattered or emotionally drained. And part of the frustration comes from the fact that so much of what bothers us is beyond our control, beyond our ability to change. But what if the way out of the noise isn't to change the world or other people, but to change where we focus our attention? Try this simple shift. Be more interested in what's going on within you than what's going on outside of you. Pay more attention to your own reactions, to how you feel, to the thoughts that play out in your mind. Get into the habit of observing yourself, not with judgment, but with simple curiosity. As you go about your day, notice when you get hung up on something someone said or did. Maybe a stranger bumped into you on the street and didn't apologize. Maybe someone made a careless or rude comment. And in that moment, you felt angry. And it might be reasonable to feel angry in that moment. But notice how you carry that anger with you throughout the rest of your day. Notice how it pollutes your perception. Notice how it prevents you from simply being at peace. And ask yourself, does it really deserve that much space in your mind? Is it really worth ruining your day? Notice when you find yourself complaining or criticizing, especially about trivial things that don't involve you. Like when your neighbor's grass is getting a bit overgrown, or the choice of clothing that a stranger is wearing. Notice when you concern yourself with things that don't concern you. And notice how agitated these things make you feel. Not because they're happening, but because of how much importance you give them in your mind. Recognize that not everything needs your attention. Not everything deserves your energy. As the saying goes, anything that costs you your peace is too expensive. Learn to let it go. It can be interesting, maybe even a bit humbling, to notice just how much of our anger and agitation comes from focusing on things outside of our control. Things that have nothing to do with us, or things that simply won't matter an hour after they occurred. Notice how much energy is wasted thinking about what others are doing. Notice how agitated you become about things that have no direct impact on your life. Notice when you find yourself frustrated by someone else's choices or by something that some celebrity or politician said. Just notice and then stop. Take a deep breath and touch in with the present moment. Touch in with where you are in the moment. Let go of whatever it is that you're grasping hold of with your mind. Let it be, and just let go of needing it to be anything other than what it is. Recognize that it's none of your business, or it's out of your control, or it simply isn't worth the agitation. And let it go. The moment you catch your mind spinning over something irrelevant, just step off the ride. Just step back and redirect your attention to whatever is happening right here in the present moment. take a moment to go out of your mind and come to your senses. Notice the sensation of the breath moving in and out through your nose. Notice the sounds occurring in the space around you. Notice the colors. Really allow your attention to flow into all of your senses and just be in the moment. And when you do that, you'll notice that everything becomes much more clear and calm and peaceful, because that peace is always there with you. It's just that it so often gets covered over by all the noise and commotion of the mind that we don't notice it. That peace is like an empty vessel that holds whatever you fill it with. And sometimes you just need to empty it. So the more you practice this, the less disturbed you'll feel. The less you'll feel weighed down or drained. And the more space you'll have made for clarity, for presence, and for peace. If you find value in this content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.